Whoa! Hey folks, welcome to Atmoseeker, your place for inspiring terrain, atmosphere, all things tabletop gaming. I'm busy here, live tonight. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you kind of sneaking in there through the shadows, through the corners, all the way to the back. You found my little hole in the internet. This is where I'm hiding all the skeletons in the bone zone, as we like to call it. It's can be construed in other ways, but I like to think of it because of all my skeletons and stuff. Hey guys, welcome to the show. It is a Monday night here in downtown Australia, mate. We're revisiting the old dragon build tonight. I've got a big Tiamat figure I have been working on for quite a while now. It's been all kind of like 3D printed from Loot Studios, not sponsored or anything. But it's still in pieces, and I've just started kind of cobbling it back together again because I'm super keen to have this all kind of like printed and painted and put together. So yeah, I'd love to paint this guy on stream and stuff. So yeah, I need to have it in less pieces and more together. I see we've got some folks in the stream. We can see I got Dale Senior, David, AV Procket, Victor. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the show. This live stream remind me to finish up my DMX Fogger. Oh, right. Yeah, thanks, David. That's good to know. It's always exciting to see what you're working on in the Atmoseeker Discord, which is part of the Patreon community. That I want to say huge thank you to. Just drooling, drooling at the thought of these fantastic patrons that have been supporting the show. With a special shout out and thank you to my Seeker level patrons, Anthony Von Olen, Blake Darley, Chris Andrus, Constructed Chaos, Devante, Dr. Justin L. Hamrick, John A. Johnson, Jonathan, Michael Dykes, Mini Wargaming, and Little Brick. Thank you so much for all your fantastic support. And if you're not a patron of the show, thank you so much for watching the episode, subscribing to the channel, and joining me live like you are right now. It's fantastic to be here with old Braino steaming away. I think he's a little low on brain juice. So if you want to keep that brain juice coming, stay here. I'm going to sip from this skull. That's right. Oh yes, it's very, very hot blood in here. Atmo drinking the blood of his enemies. Honestly, like Halloween is the best time to pick up a whole bunch of this skeleton stuff, and that's like Christmas for me, especially like day after Halloween where everything's on sale. Great to kind of come in and get everything together, like all kind of little knickknacks and props and stuff. Yeah, day after Halloween, it's like Christmas. Thank you so much, David. Simon, good to see you here. It's like morning times. It's weird. It's evening for me, but it's morning times for a bunch of you guys in the States, waking up. So yeah, here with my morning tea. I got a cup of biscuit tea here, courtesy of Luke Fellows put me onto that with his biscuit tea. I love it ever since. All right, so. As I mentioned, I've got the old Tiamat I've been working on here. This old girl. So this has kind of been on the show before. We kind of modified a bunch of the stuff on the base a little bit. So we got some like fog inlets there. So I'm just going to be doing a whole bunch of different like little bits of cleaning. It's honestly, it's you guys are here because I've got like stuff to do, and this is a good way to kind of like. Let's hang out. Let's fill in some cracks. Let's clean these up a bit because I'm really keen to paint this up. Good to see you, son. Good to have you here. Now, I've started gluing this guy together. You can see we've also got all the heads going. I've started filling in some of the cracks. I think mostly because I had scaled down. Did I scale down the 75 mil version of it or scale up the 32 mil version of it? It's somewhere in between. Basically, because I thought the 32 mil version was a bit small. Like if I grab a dude, I might be able to able to see the size of this thing. We've got a bit of barbarian we can use for it. But yeah, basically I wanted to have it the right scale that it looked like you could eat a man in a bite or two, at least. So yeah, went kind of midway between the 32 and the 75mm ones. So yeah, we've been slowly kind of gluing things together, and I've been using the old baking soda and super glue filling trick for a lot of these cracks and stuff. So we might kind of keep chipping away at that. Get some of these cracks filled. You can kind of see. You know, let's come a little closer here. Come close. Whoa. Hang on. let me just fix this. Oh, we've definitely touched something. We've touched something on the camera. There's a one-man show here. Oh my god. The ISO is off the chain. There we go. Fix it. It's an excellent scale reference. Yes, that's the old barbarian there from the Hero Quest set. But yeah, we've got some cracks to fill here. You can see just a couple under here. I'm kind of going off the thoughts of where I'm going to be having like some camera shots and stuff. So I'm probably going to have some like low angles. So anywhere that's mostly visible, I'm going to start filling those in now. I think that'll be good to get going on that. Let's get this camera a little bit more in a better spot for you folks. There we go. So yeah, so I'm less in the way. There we go. Off to the side a bit. Right, yeah, zoom. Got my little baby, give him a little tickle on the belly. Not ticklish. Of course not. Tiamat would never be ticklish. Not this one. And I'm going to be cleaning up some of these like little base things, and I've got the wings. These are all done in PLA printed, just because I did not want to have all these separate bits. Because normally you can print all these wings in separate little chunks of resin, and then I was like, oh, that's... I know how it's kind of my luck on gluing things together, so I thought, let's not chance it. I'm gonna piece it all together in the program and print it off as one solid piece, and it's kind of worked. I think the quality on these is pretty decent. So, well, yeah. So I still gotta like fix it all up and paint it, but we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna get started on. I'm gonna still kind of go with the old baking soda and super glue trick. I think that's going to be my bread and butter here, just because also it's one of the cheapest things you could do. I'm trying to be thrifty lately. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of a break from the Amazon man delivering stuff to the door, unless it's some of the essentials. But yeah, I've been trying to be a little bit thriftier lately. Let's see if I can get some of these cracks filled. Some of them aren't too bad because they've gone a little clear. But the last I was working on it was about midday today. I was filling in some of these holes. Actually, let's make sure we're focusing in the middle here. Yeah, there we go. I was focusing off to the side. That's not what we want. See, that's quite a big gap there. And for some reason, there was some difference with some of the prints I was working on for here. Let's see how I can jam all this stuff in here. The good benefit of using this this filling method is it makes just such a rock solid attachment for all these limbs. The only downside is it can get a little bit messy, but it's good thrifty way of doing it. I'm just using some like dollar store super glue, and I don't know, I've had a bit more luck with the dollar store super glue than some of the expensive stuff lately for attaching all this stuff together. Is this for a game or anything? No. Well, not currently. Maybe for some future content on the show. I am playing with the idea of some live play content ideas. But other than that, I've always wanted a Tiamat. It's one of those things that I have run some of the Horde of the Dragon Queen games, and it would have been lovely to have her as like a centerpiece whilst I was running that adventure. But now I have it. I always wanted to get that one from what is it? Oh, the Reaper one. It was like Maldrakar one. That was quite a nice looking one. There we go. That's gonna be super strong. Oh, hi. Hello, Dark Kamui. Good to see you. That's right. Just because it's cool. Sometimes it's nice to have this stuff that just sits in the game room. It kind of creates a sense of dread and awe, I guess, for the players. Yeah, we're filling some dragons. You know, probably should have gone something a bit more Easter themed. Hopefully, everyone had a delicious, safe Easter. I know my son, my son is just constantly like eating chocolate eggs. I don't know. We've started making like just a big ball of aluminium foil. It's still small, but there's plenty of time. Plenty of time to fill it in. But once we have the ball, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I had thought about it for maybe like a prop that we could have in here. I've got one of those like little Tesla electric things. Maybe I could try working it together. I don't know how conductive aluminium is from aluminium foil. I'll have to check that. Worth an experiment though. And that is how I die. It was just electrocute myself. I don't think it's that strong though. It's like it's a low voltage kind of thing. I've touched it and it's like, oh, that it's got a little spark to it, but I had some fun having a collection of pre-made stuff on the shelf. I have a brass dragon. I tell my players, don't take that dragon. Absolutely. Yep. Gotta have that threat there. Oh, there we go. This is gonna get a little messy. Gotta be careful where I'm putting this powder. I don't wanna get rid of all the detail here. I just wanna fill in that joint. I don't want to keep brushing it away. I like to integrate physical challenges for my players to break up the game a little. Like pickpocket. What is that? Pickpocket using the old wire. Oh, I've seen you show that. That's fun. That's a fun way to do it. Randomize the mild electric shock. Just like to electrocute your kids. keep them in line. Oh, I need a little bit of this. Don't want to go too far. kind of hard to tell until I prime it if it's going to be good or not. Because sometimes, yeah, like even like it is filled there, but it's a little translucent. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, that line's looking pretty good. This one could be filled in a bit more, I reckon. That one's looking a little. Because I want to have some like low angles looking up. Because yeah, I think we're gonna use this on the show at some point. It would be nice to have a little live plays. That's kind of something I want to bring back a bit more, because we did do some in the past. We had some live play shows. It's just been the amount of time and effort involved to put those together, especially the way I want to do it with the big, all the footage and miniatures and stuff. Would be it's a lot to do, but yeah, I definitely want to bring that stuff back because it's a great source of inspiration on the channel, especially for me putting that stuff together. I've just been so busy with work stuff and kids, usual shtick. The kids are finishing up their school holidays though, so it'll be good to finally get a bit more time to work on this stuff. There we go. Definitely gonna have to give this guy a good old like clean stuff after doing all this filling stuff, because I'm not sure how much of this powder is stuck around or not. There we go. There are definitely some cracks here. I tried to, even like the little nubs that come with this, it's meant to kind of jigsaw together, which I'm sure work perfectly fine when you're not messing around with the scale. But yeah, none of those worked. I basically had to like completely cut them off. Yeah, I think messing around with the scale kind of messed up the accuracy of some of those pieces. Go. Good. This is looking good. Filling. It's gonna be super strong though. Yeah, I'm just mad keen to get this guy primed up. Underneath. Yeah, I reckon, yeah, still that crack there. Might have to fill that in a bit more. Would it be better to have a solution spray baking soda water instead of the powder? I don't know how the water would react with it. I've never tried that before. But I know it's kind of a capillary effect with the powder. You can see it once the glue goes in, it kind of spreads along all the powder that's in there. It's a big one. Overkill Joe, good to see you, buddy. Sneaking in here. Oh, I see. You got an actual tip here. You heat the water to nearly boiling and dissolve the baking soda. Nothing else dissolves, and then you use it. Oh, that's cool. Cools, and you can spray it on the super glue. That's interesting. That's a really cool tip. Oh, thanks for that. I might have to try that next time. But yeah, we're just working on. This is kind of just what I've had on hand. Whatever I've been able to kind of sneak in here. But yeah, good to know. D&D Live, good to see you. Just wanted to say, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I just got to get some more videos out. Yeah, I'm working on some stuff at the moment, and hopefully with the kids going back to school this week, we'll finally be able to finish those and get them out. But yeah, I'm super keen to get some more live content on the show and try some more thoughts on atmospheric stuff. Especially, I've got some big terrain pieces that have been 3D printed for ages. I need to paint those up too. So, this live show is good for kind of chipping away at that old pile with this kind of stuff. Good to see you, Lance. I feel like that's looking all right. Oh, Cajun night. Good to see. Wow, it must be early for you. Was it your snoot I was working on for the USB lights? I did have a prototype. I just haven't done the all final checks yet. There we go. That's nice. That's looking good. All right, I think we're almost done with the heads by the looks of it. All right. Yeah, we got some joins there, looking good. I might maybe a little bit underneath that arm. I don't know what kind of camera angles we're gonna have here, but I definitely want to be able to have like underlighting underneath it because she's gonna be sitting on that rock. We're gonna have light coming up, so it'll be good to have some of that under detail filled in. Yeah, especially like I can see a little bit of cracks there. I used the runny stuff, some of the runny super glue. I probably have runnier stuff up there, but there is some of the gel. I probably use the gel more for like assembling stuff. Maybe like some of the big PLA prints. In the gym, man, yeah, I definitely need to get back to it. I want to get more back in a morning routine again. My son was saying like, you gotta get buffed, Dad. You know, right? You gotta get back in there. So, all right. Yeah, I've been a little distracted with things lately, so haven't really been making too much time. So yeah, good on you. Good on you for getting in there. That's actually super inspiring. I might try and do some in the morning. Just trying to make that crack a little less obvious here. There we go, that's a bit better. I'm definitely trying to not make my fingers glue glue to this thing. So far so good. You can see all the like Cuts and scratches I've got on my hands. These are mostly from the cat. Am I going to paint this on stream? Yes, that's the plan. I will paint this. Oh yes, you'll definitely not. I did a little test. Like, just quickly did a little test, like just like little, basically a little paper prototype on the Snoot, just to see if that like is that going to work. Doing like the pin spot, I think it does diminish the like light intensity, but it does shape the lighting into that more kind of narrower beam. So yeah, I wonder if like the color of the filament affects it at all or not. I'm just gonna print it in black. But yeah, I gotta set up the proper prototype tomorrow to print. But yeah, just did a little paper one. But yeah, hopefully yeah, definitely tomorrow I'll have something set up for you. What do I got? Mark, good to see you in the chat. If I was transported into the world of D&D and all fantasy games or all fantasy games and had the chance to make your perfect character as yourself, what would you choose? Definitely a dwarf. I'll be yeah, full beard, dwarf, probably some kind of like artificer, wizard class. I don't know. Yeah, like a artificer, maybe like chemicals and stuff. Maybe that. Yeah, I'd love to transport into dwarf land. I love dwarfs. In anytime I play D&D or something, always dwarf. Always like roll up some like gross, disgusting dwarf that like drinks and stuff. Maybe it's like some kind of like weird escapism type thing for me. I don't know. But yeah, dwarf. Go for dwarfs. But yeah, I'm gonna paint this guy on stream. Not tonight's stream. Tonight we're just doing a little bit of cleanup and stuff. Hopefully during the week I'll get it all primed up and then we can start like airbrushing it and stuff and painting it, because I feel like this is gonna be I love painting monsters because they're bigger, a little bit more forgiving, especially like some of the details and stuff. You know, compared to like tiny little men and stuff. You got those little tiny little shrimp eyes. It's hard to get in there. But yeah, this will be fun to paint, I reckon. Yeah, that's why I'm making this, because I like it. I like the look of it. I want to paint it up. I figured extending the gel holder format. That's exactly right. Yeah, I'm basically going to take that like gel holder, just like pop a huge cone on the front of it, so just so it has like that circle accurate to kind of like where the bulb is. And I'm curious if it's better to take the like focusing lens out of the because yeah, if you see on like the, what is it, on like these, I've got one of these lamps here. There we go. One of these guys. I actually am curious. Let's do like a little live look here, because yeah, this is a little side project we've got going on in the Discord. Oh, I can hear the rains coming down. I love the rains. Rains are coming back. Super excited about the rain because it's just been like hot weather. All right, let's have a look. All right, so we got one of these USB guys. And I got my ghetto style prototype here. So like that's kind of like the range of the beam there. Actually, let's get something nice here. We'll get our little barbarian there, and then if we put that guy on, so see, it does kind of focus the beam there. It's the brightness definitely goes down a bit, but I'm wondering if we take out like the little focusing bit out of there, because there's like a little lensy thing. I wonder if that'll improve things or make things worse. I don't know. Take the little lens. I do have the red. See, it's not exactly 100% accurate there, so. I see. I feel like that's less bright. So that lens definitely needs to be in there. Good little. I'll do a proper test when it's all hooked up. It's even interesting to see. Like you take that lens out and you get a very big wash over the whole thing, which is cool. Cool to see. I actually wonder if you get like a wider. Definitely do. It's just kind of like less intense. I probably have to turn off some of these lights. There we go. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna do a proper prototype tomorrow. I'll print it off, and we'll do a proper test of stuff. I think that'll be fun. Oh, I've kind of blinded myself. Blinded myself now. Ugh. Yes. We'll I'll probably just like replace this one, or you reckon having one that can pop on the top of this snoot one? I don't know, because I don't want to like get too far of a distance from the lens and stuff. We'll see. I'll test that tomorrow. Oh, let's get back to it. What have we got here? Yeah, let's look at some of these cracks. Looking good. Yeah, that's looking alright. That's looking more filled, which is good. I'm wondering if I'm like gonna, like prime it all up and then see some more cracks, possibly, and then I'll have to fill it in a bit. The one that pops on and slides the gels into. Oh, so like a miniature version. The only problem is, I think with the miniature version, it's not going to print very well, and on a FDM printer, just because it's just going to be too small. It's just going to be too small. I'd have to like chunk up a whole bunch of the. Because if I look at where's one of the big ones? Yes, this is one of the big ones. Because if you shrink this one down, I'd have to really fatten up a lot of these bits to kind of fit on there. I don't know. Oh, hang on. All right. No, I meant having the bigger light. I'll send in Discord. Okay, so I'm getting muddled around. So you're wanting a snoot for this guy to have on the pin spot. All right, this size. Got it. You see, we're yeah. This is what the live stream is good at. It's gonna unmuddle my brain here. Thanks very much. All right, that I could do. That I can do. Yeah, we can make something to kind of extend the front of this into like a little snooty thing. Yeah, that's good to know. Worked it out. Good. All right. Wow, business time. No, it's my bad. I think I definitely misread something, or maybe I did read something properly and then just for some reason focused on the other light. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we've been talking about those other kind of cabinet lights so much in there as Daffod's been kind of working on things, and yeah, maybe we got yeah, I got muddled. Yes, I'll have to dig up the files, and yeah, we'll fix that one up. Just gonna fix up her crotch a bit. Dragon crotch, yeah. If this is yeah, I'm thinking if this was an Easter stream, I should have done something more alien themed. Get them eggs. That's all right. Next time. Yeah, see, that's I think we're slowly building a giant library of stuff to do a whole bunch of live play content on the channel, and that's exciting. We're just slowly building all that. I think that's what's happening. It's subconsciously, completely subconsciously. But we'll have like a big library of stuff. I'm taking. I have a bad habit of starting a whole bunch of new projects without finishing old ones, and I took inventory not too long ago of a whole bunch of all the projects I had started. Everything. I should we have a look at what's the final number of started projects? I feel like I could pull it up. I could pull it up super fast. I'm gonna try and find it. Docs. It's got to be pretty close here. Shadow Doc. Stream enhancements? Stream planning. Maybe it's gonna be in here. Nope, not here. It's gonna be enhancements. I had a big table of stuff. Alright, yeah, one second. I'm gonna see how many projects we started. Project list. That'll do it. Oh mate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33. 33 projects I have started. Oh no. So yeah, that's why I'm like, let's start chipping away at this list. Let's get things worked out. Cause man, I do not need to add more to this. That's my plan. We're gonna chip away at it. We're gonna get some nice live content together. We're gonna play some. I'm excited to play some. Pull this stuff out. Do I still suggest the Insta360 link for miniature recording live streams, or have you found something else you prefer since you made your video on? Yeah, that's a great piece of kit. Really, I think there are pluses and minuses with it. I think with any kind of camera, but and you know, this channel is not really a huge tech review style channel, but I think there are a few live plays that I've done on the channel. If you're kind of interested in seeing the quality and visuals of how that looks, you can have a look at some of those. Yeah, even if you comment on this live stream, or yeah, message me or something, I'll happily kind of like forward you some timestamps where you can have a look at some of the quality. That's where I found that's the best way to kind of make a judgment call on when you're buying like cameras. And just, if you can find like an instance of like, this is the exact situation that I'm going to be using it on. This guy's already done it. Let's see how it looks. Personally, I had one and I used it for some live stuff, and it was really good because it was nice to have that kind of like active camera that could move around for like, especially if you had a specific type of like encounter board layout hooked up, you could zip around. I was even starting to prototype some stuff with two Instalink cameras where I had that in more of a studio setup where we had them kind of move and target player positions, so you could go back and forth between the player board and the encounter board with any kind of like terrain and stuff. So pretty good for all like those kind of like automation. You have to do a little bit of tweaking with some of like the low light settings, And I think sometimes if you zoomed in a little bit too much, like that like you could see a little bit of that degradation start to happen. But if you zoomed in just like a little bit here and there, with some of like the repositioning, if it was kind of like not too much extremes, it was all right. And I think I kind of found a balance by having a couple of like you could probably do a lot of it with just one and maybe like an additional couple of different cameras. But yeah, it's interesting how having that PTZ kind of opens up of like, oh, what is one camera kind of makes 4 or 5 cameras, so it's bit of a saver with that kind of thing. But yeah, if you're curious about the quality, just yeah, reach out, and I'm happy to kind of like send some timestamps or anything your way if you want to kind of have a look at some of the quality of some of the live stuff that we've done with some D&D stuff. So yeah, there are some live plays on the channel where we have used that camera, and it's just yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to kind of bring back a bit more. And I'll have to do that. Yeah, maybe maybe the Team Mac girl will be part of that. Trying to work out my next paint map, my next map. Trying to work out. Well, hang on. I'm trying to work out if I want to paint my next map or let my lighting do the heavy lifting. You're talking about like terrain and stuff. It's all printed in gray filament, Dungeon Lab, so color's already about right. I'll probably end up painting it to satisfy my need for realism. I think if you're gonna paint it, like I definitely focus first primarily on like texture, I guess. Like especially if you're going to be using a lot of atmospheric lighting for a lot of stuff. I like to focus a lot on what I mean by texture is like what if there's like a metallic surface, you have like a metallic paint there, or matte surfaces, or even if you just use like the what do you call it, like the pigment powder or something to kind of create that different variations in textures. So that way when the lighting comes in, even if you haven't done a whole specific like pass on all the different like details and everything, like those major kind of like bits, or even like high contrast, like bits which are like lighter or darker, those things are going to stand out more in like atmospheric lighting. Yeah, so that's definitely more like what I focus on when like trying to paint terrain, trying to get those textures in there. I don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. All right, yeah, I think I've gone a little bit far there on some of that stuff, but it's starting to fill, which is good. I actually might need another little tool here. It's the dungeon blocks. Oh yes, yeah. There's some good bits in there, especially with like the wooden, like there's the wooden dungeon blocks, and there's like the little iron bar kind of things. Did they have like a laboratory type thing in there? I missed that. Unless, yeah, maybe. Oh, yeah, I mean, you could go for like a laboratory feel and stuff with that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Yeah, definitely share what you're working on in the Discord. Happy to talk shop with that kind of stuff. There we go. That's looking all right. Oh, I definitely see a big crack there. The pigment powder's good for, creating like a dusty feel, especially like in like recesses and stuff. I found it really good. The only problem is I haven't found a great solution for like fixing it. Usually I have tried like pigment binder or like stuff with like isopropyl alcohol or varnishes and stuff, and I just found that just really diminished the pigment powder a lot. So yeah, a lot of the cases I will just most often just leave it unbound. Maybe I'll hit it with some like spray varnish to kind of keep it in place just from like a distance, and that does work a little bit. But yeah, even that stuff we were doing with the house last week, or yeah, that house build, that has a lot of like unbound pigment powder on it. But that's more of a, I guess you could call it more of a cinematic build, I guess, because it's going to be more so on camera than used. Oh, I'll probably use it for a game too. But yeah, probably am a little bit more delicate with that one. So we'll probably end up throwing a lot of fog effects on it and stuff. So we'll see. Man, this this music got real jolly. Okay. Yeah, this is filling in. All right, we got legs. I'm not sure about back here. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, honestly, I think you're on the right track with like the scatter for like that. I know they have some specific like dungeon block pieces that have like beds and boxes and stuff on it, but I found it works pretty well just using like regular scatter pieces. You know what? It's probably a great option if you don't have any of those scatter pieces, but I found like I've got a whole, bunch of crates and stuff that you can throw on there, and it works just as well. But yeah, it sounds like you got some good lab stuff. Oh, that does sound good. Yeah, if you find some good lab stuff, I'd be curious to see what you get. Are you printing it, or is it you picking it up in the shop? Well, I don't know if yeah, I haven't found some. Yeah, I'd be curious to find what you find for the lab stuff, because I always like having those little lab pieces. Is it going to be like stuff that could light up, like little test tubes and stuff? Oh, gonna be a little delicate here. I completely, I like fill it in and then I completely brush it away. I'm wondering if like a lot of the case of this will just be filled in when I prime it. Oh, I just gotta do it bit by bit. That's a bit better. Just gotta be, yeah, just be a little bit, fill it in there. Just don't want to get rid of any of that detail. That's better. All right. Color or color? OUR in Australia. Oh, thanks. Yeah, we're getting there. It's almost all filled in, which is cool because it's like we're gonna be able to paint this guy at least prime it this week, which will be good. So maybe we can paint it next week. Yeah, nice, nice. All right, this is starting to look a bit more together, and yeah, that bond is going to be super strong on all those bits. My little lizard baby. The only more. Okay, so what do we got? We got camera from, let's see, from underneath. Let's see, from underneath. That's looking all right. We got all those cracks filled in the necks. I know a lot of folk would either take all their heads off and paint them individually. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go whatever's fastest. But yeah, some people would. Some people would. But I like to have it all together so I can fill in cracks and stuff. Let's see, we've got legs all filled in there, which is good. I might just fill in this tail, and then maybe we can start cleaning up some of these PLA stuff. Actually, before we get stuck into that, I'm gonna turn on my little wood burnery guy. That's what I use. Oh, actually, that doesn't take too long to warm up. I thought I'd get ahead of it and start priming it up. All right, we'll just fill in that tail. Alrighty. So, what have we got game wise? The kids are going back to school, but I think we're going to be doing our kid D&D stuff during the week. And I've got a Shadow Dark game on Sunday, which I still need to prep for. It's interesting, like being a few games in now for Shadow Dark. It's I've just been running the Diablerie adventure adventure book that was from one of their like zines, which is super cool. Like I haven't changed too much of it. Like sometimes I like to customize a few things for like player characters, but yeah, no, it's been fun to run. One of the things is that yeah, Shadow Dark Shadow Dark can be quite deadly because yeah, they've had some characters where like, oh, I've got like a backstory kind of thing. I drew like a little picture for it. I got the little miniature. He's dead. He's dead. Turned into a hexling. He's dead. And there's yeah, that's it. That's it. Turned in because there was a creature that was these tiny little like wispy shadowy things that when they kill you, I think that they did con drain, I think. and when it drained you enough, it turns you into one of the little shadowy, wispy things. So I guess technically not dead, but I like to kind of drift those little guys around every now and then, keep the players on edge. But it's been cool, like doing some of the torch mechanics and stuff. Oh yeah, and I'm not sure if everyone's seen it, but I did 3D print and modify like one of these like um, Amazon timers, and they're like a cool, like these are like hour-long timers, which are great for Shadow Dark. I've got two of them, and they ran pretty well. So these, yeah, they look gorgeous. But yeah, the shell of it is 3D printed, and then the interior here, this little glass thing, that's from Amazon. I think I managed that mentioned that on a show a while back. But yeah, love these guys. Unfortunately, I've I forgot to bring them to the last game. I was like, oh, damn it! But I had them in the game before, and they were a lot of fun. A Shadow Dark's great. If you haven't heard of Shadow Dark, it's kind of like a lighter version of D&D, a little bit grittier, a little bit more deadlier, and it's all about the shadows and dark, because they've got like this light mechanic. Basically, you have to kind of keep the torch lit and stuff, and if it goes out, basically you're in darkness. All monsters and stuff can see perfectly fine, but it just kind of creates this like ticking clock kind of thing that makes it a little bit more dangerous and deadlier. We've been doing a little bit of a hex crawl, so there hasn't been as much. Well, hang on, there has been a little bit, because the forest that they're in creates kind of like an artificial darkness with the canopy and stuff, and so it's a very kind of like dark Barovia kind of feel to the place. Which has been super fun, because I haven't run Curse of Strahd stuff for a while, so it's been nice to kind of get a little bit of that kind of vibe and feel. And yeah, Curse of Strahd is a heck of a tome if you want to run that kind of thing. It's lovely. Like there's so much like thick lore in there, but yeah, the zines for like the different locations, they give you like just enough information to kind of, take you from A to B, but you're gonna kind of fill in a lot of the gaps yourself. And that's personally, I like that style of information for like dungeon master guys and things, because it's so easy to get like overwhelmed with a whole bunch of the information that you have in some of these books. The timer, the STL, I think I linked it in the Discord. There should be a link for the shell. Actually, I think I made because this shell is for the hourglass there. That's modified from the original. I had to kind of stretch it and make it a bit taller. And scale it up a bit. So I think in the Discord there is a modified version of that one, because it was just off Thingiverse. It was like a free file, and I think I did link the artist that created it in the Instagram post that I did. But yeah, I'll see if I can dig it up again, and I'll tag you in the Discord, Daffod. How's our tail going? It's filling. I'm gonna fill that side crack a little bit, I reckon. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, look. really think this paste idea was a great idea. I gotta definitely check that out, because it is a little bit hard when it's like a powder like this. So I'll have to go back in the chat. Let's see if I can work out how to make some of that paste. Like, we'll get there. The old baking powder method, but yeah, maybe for next time. At least now, yeah, at least now that's kind of in my brain. Yeah, it's looking better. It's a bit more filled. How's it on that side? That's all right. Yeah, see, like, because we got all that plating and stuff there. That's gonna hide pretty well. Yeah, they're pretty good with putting it where they put the kind of joining seams for a lot of these. So even if it becomes a little bit more visible. But yeah, we're almost about done filling in all these cracks, which is good, because this is boring. This is boring as shit. I want to paint this thing. So yeah, we got a lot of those cracks filled, which is good. Yeah, this is almost looking like a real thing. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yep, I think I'm just taking one last look around here. There is a little bit more of a crack there. Maybe last one. This'll do it. Wonderful. All right. All right, it's time to put the super glue away, I think. Yep, done with that. Get some of this dust out of here, and yeah, we're gonna clean up these guys. Man, tonight has been productive. We've got all those cracks filled up, which is good. Now we're gonna take a look at these wings and the base a little bit. Oh, I've run out of steam on the old Brano juice. So we can get a little emergency steam going in here. There we go. Got him back in action. How we doing? Oh, it's only 20 to midnight. All right. So I think the first thing I want to look at is this like base guy, because yeah, we can see on this one. It now originally it had big old goofy chest sitting on top of it, but I want to kind of like clean up some of the little edges here. Man, you can see see all the like cuts and scratches on my hand. My stupid cat keeps like being playful, and I gotta cut her claws or something. Yeah, just going to see all these lesions. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna sweep this dust. Beautiful. Alright, got this wood burnery guy. This is going to be what we're going to be using. Cleaning up these guys. What attachment we're going to use here. Yeah, this is kind of why I like to use one of these wood burnery guys. You get all these cool, like, little tiny little shape attachments. The only problem is I wish it was a lower heat because it gets a little bit too hot for some of the PLA. I reckon I'm going to just use this like flat, almost like screw edge one. It's got a little bit of a sharp edge to it in case I need to do like some detail there. Got like a round nubbined one, got a pointy one. I'm going to go with the flathead one. Should heat up pretty fast. All right. Otherwise, his wings definitely need a little bit of a neaten up as well. You can see, especially on like little overhangy bits, it's actually not too bad. See, it gets a little bit rough around here. I might use one of the more like rounded tip ones to try and smooth that out a bit. Not too bad though. I think that's where we had a whole bunch of the supports holding it up. John, good to see you, buddy. I have a difficult LED tech question. Oh my god. Hopefully I can help. Or Daffod's in the chat. He's great. He's great at that stuff. That's warming up. It's warming up good. This table's super short. Oh, here we go. Put it right there. There we go. Keeps moving. Here we go. Oh, thanks, David. You're in the chat there. Oh, I wonder if I can change that up a bit there. Oh, Yeah, because I've just got a round hole here that I have for the like fog coming out, because I originally had planned for fog to happen. Just wondering if I can reshape it a bit. So, because before when it was coming, it was like it's because it's such an accurate hole, the fog would just kind of get choked out a bit. And I'm wondering if I can widen it a bit. That'll help it like drape a bit or something. But yeah, see that's coming along. We've got a comparison between the two. Is this hole for LED candle? Could be lights, could be fog. It was mostly fog. It was mostly for fog to come through. It's a little bit narrow for some of the pipes I've got, but yeah, you know, it's an effects hole. That's what it is. Go. It's a little less mechanical looking. Maybe I can, yeah, maybe neaten up. Oh yeah, maybe I can carve away at this a little. Oh, I don't know how. Yeah, I think my moderator bot removes links from the chat. I might be able to. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I have to go into like some other thing to approve it, or to kind of pull it down. Maybe I can work it out real quick. Or can I do this? It might I'm running it through like Stream Elements and stuff, so possibly it will work. If it doesn't take 2 seconds to do, then I might have to abandon this, but might be. Ooh, hang on a sec. Yeah, maybe we can approve these links, because you guys are trying to share links in the chat. Let's see, chatbot, spam filters, link protection, mutes chatters who post messages and links. I don't think I've got direct control though. Oh, I don't know how to get to it right now. Activity. Oh, here we go. I've got. This is a little hard to filter through now. Sorry, I'll have to look at that later. Oh, good to hear. Just trying to sculpt this a little bit with the PLA. I don't want to go too much, but I just kind of wanted to make it look a little bit more like a natural hole, yes. A little bit of texture there. I still want to keep it round though. Round-ish. Don't want to keep it too. I don't want to make it too sphinctery. Yes. Yeah. See, that's a little bit. That's enough. The orifice. I can't go too much because there I'll get through all the layers of these holes, but that's enough, I think. Yeah, a little bit. Smooth that out a bit. Looks there, a little bit more natural looking. So I guess even if you do see it, it's not too bad. Yeah. Just don't want to go too nuts with all this. How's that looking? A little bit more natural, I guess. All right. Yeah. So what do we got? Like a stony base, stony hole. Blech. Picked up some clear PLA8, trying to decide what to do with it. What are you guys making? Oh, I don't know. You guys will have to share what you guys are doing. I'm curious. I've been a little distracted with my rock. But yeah, there we go. We got the base cleaned up. I still got to do the wings. I might have to do that a little bit in the week, I reckon, to kind of like smooth out some of that stuff. But I'm probably going to basically do similar stuff of how I'm doing with this tool. I might have to use like a bigger bit, smoother bit to kind of get some of that texture out. But all in all, the wings aren't too bad. Let's have a look how it pieces together so far. I'm just gonna get the scalding hot tool out of my lap, and yeah, that's what we got. Got this guy all sealed together, looking pretty good. Yeah, just gonna. I am debating whether I keep the wings separate or attached. I'm leaning towards keeping them separate for painting, and maybe at the end I'll just glue them in because the seam isn't too bad on these guys. But I definitely want to have it all together at the end, I think. Whoa. There we go. Yeah, he's looking all right. Sorry. Her Majesty. What? This is complete. We've gotten the. A little bit turned around here. Here we go. There we go. No, not over there. There. Not there. Sorry, folks. Okay, we got it now. Sweet. We got it. Oh, all right. We've breathed in enough chemicals tonight. I've got all the cracks filled with super glue and stuff, and we've got some wings to clean up during the week. But yeah, I am gonna try my darndest to get it primed up. Hopefully ready for next Monday night stream, which will be cool. If you're in the neighborhood, that'd be better if I had the microphone there. If you're in the neighborhood on the internet, next Monday night, that's what we'll be live again. Hopefully, painting up this guy with Her Majesty Tiamat. And other than that, I've got some other things to work on during the week. Until then, everyone take care, have a good night, good morning, good day, and I'll catch you around next time. Take it easy, folks.